Hi, in this video I'll help you get to know your car a little better. At the end of this video I've put together a straightforward infographic that summarizes all the key points. Like, subscribe and comment below, it really helps.
If you own a Dodge, you know that a random, mysterious code popping up on your dashboard can be a real headache. Well, today we're going to crack one of the most confusing ones out there, the U140E. Let's dive right in, figure out what it means, and more importantly, how you can fix it. So picture this. You're driving along, minding your own business, and then bam, there it is, the dreaded check engine light. So you run a scan and you're staring at this code, U140E. Sounds kind of technical, right? Don't worry, we're going to break it all down together. So, what in the world does U140E even mean? Well, the official definition is implausible vehicle configuration data received. In plain English, it means the different computers in your car are having a major communication breakdown. They're sending signals to each other that just don't make any sense. Here's a really good way to think about it. Imagine all of your car's computer modules are in a big team meeting. You've got the engine control unit, the anti-lock brake system. They all have to be on the same page. But with a U140E code, it's like one of them showed up with completely wrong notes, implausible information. And the result is just total chaos, which triggers that warning light for you. Okay, let's get right to the heart of what's going on here. The real problem is a data mismatch. Your car has all these electronic systems that need to be constantly sharing the right information to work properly. This code is just telling you that the data they're getting is, well, nonsense. Now, this error gets flagged by a component called the Totally Integrated Power Module, or TIP-M for short. You can think of the TIP-M as the central command center for all your car's electronics. It controls pretty much everything, from your headlights to your fuel pump. So when it gets data that doesn't add up, it throws up that U140E flag to let you know something's up. All right, so if we're going to treat this like a little mystery, we need to line up our main suspects. Where is this bad data actually coming from? Let's take a look at who could be causing all this computer confusion. Okay, we have 4 primary suspects in our lineup. First, it could be the TIPM itself, the command center we just talked about, or it could be the anti-lock brake system, the ABS module, which handles your braking. Suspect number 3 might be the main engine control unit, the ECU, which is basically the brain of your engine. Or, and this is a big one, it could be something as simple as an incorrect software version floating around in the system. Now that we have our lineup, it is time for some good old-fashioned detective work. We're going to go through each of these potential troublemakers one by one to figure out how to diagnose the issue. And finally, solve it. This is where we get practical. We're done talking about the problem, now we're going to actively solve it. I'm going to walk you through a super clear diagnostic checklist that'll take you from the cause straight to the solution. Now, this slide right here, this is our roadmap. It lays everything out perfectly. If it's a TPM issue, you're doing a physical check. If it's the ABS module or a bad ECU, we're talking replacement and reprogramming. And if it's just incorrect software, a simple update. And here's a little pro tip for you. More often than not, the culprit is that simple software issue, so don't immediately jump to the worst case scenario. Okay, when you're troubleshooting anything, you always want to start with the easiest and cheapest possible fix. So we're going to follow that exact logic and go after the low-hanging fruit before we even think about replacing expensive parts. First on the list is the software. Sometimes that U140E code pops up just because your car's computer is running on an old version. The fix can be as easy as connecting a good diagnostic tool, checking for any available updates, and then installing the latest version. It's the very first thing you should check, every time. So, if the software is all up to date, it's time for a physical inspection. Your next stop is the TIPM. You're going to want to carefully look at the wiring harness that connects to it. Look for any of that greenish-white, crusty corrosion, any wires with exposed copper, or plugs that just feel a little loose. Seriously, sometimes the fix is as simple as cleaning a contact or just pushing a connector in until you hear it click. All right, so you've updated the software, you've triple-checked all the wiring, but that annoying light is still on. Now we have to consider our last 2 suspects, a faulty ABS module or a defective engine control unit. Yeah, these are definitely more serious issues, but they are absolutely fixable. Now, this is a really important point for both the ABS module and the ECU. If either one is the bad guy, it's not just a simple swap. After you replace the physical part, the new module has to be professionally programmed with your car's specific information. You absolutely cannot skip this step. It's what gets all the computers talking to each other correctly again. Okay, we've investigated all our suspects and we've walked through the solutions. Now let's pull everything together into one final, clear action plan. This is your step-by-step guide to finally beating that U140E code. And here it is, your entire diagnostic process in 5 simple steps. Start with the software, then move on to a physical check of the TPM and its wiring. If that doesn't do it, investigate the ABS module, and then the ECU. And please remember that final critical step. If you replace any module, you have to reprogram it. Following this logical flow is going to save you so much time, money, and frustration. And you know, this quote really sums it all up perfectly. The U140E code seems scary because it can be caused by a few different things. But once you actually understand what those causes are and how to check for them one by one, you are back in the driver's seat. So there you have it. You are no longer in the dark. You've got the map to figure out and fix the Dodge U140E error code. The only question left is, where are you going to start your investigation? Good luck, and thanks for tuning in.